Don't you just love sports? I know I do. Man, I really do. Interesting. Well, I love sports so much that I watch way too much. That it's probably a problem. But because I watch so much sports, I do have here notes and scripted words and predictions and recaps. And we're going to be talking about the Concacaf Champions League because that went down just during midweek. That went down. It is the round of 16. It is amazing. I think I did crappy on my predictions, but I feel a lot more confident now that I do have my notes. Now that I did get an idea of how they're going to be playing with the MLS season starting. Anyway, let's get started. Where? We're going to be talking about Lyon versus Toronto, where this game tied 1-1. So, the only thing I want to point out is we did predict Lyon was going to win, but it would have happened. It would have happened if it wasn't for the own goal by Mosquera. If it wasn't for this own goal, Leon would have won. And ignore all that. Leon should have won. They probably should have scored 5 goals. Leon statistically dominated this game. They had 18 total shots to 5. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on. Pata chueca or what? Too many slices, too many hooks? What? Talk to me. Talk to me. Help me understand. 70% possession to 30%. Leon controlled the tempo. Leon made all these plays happen. But you're telling me you couldn't get a second goal in? Worse, even worse, the second goal you do score is in your own goal? Ah, that's such a bummer. But I'm also going to be giving you my prediction. Leon will win this officially. They will move on to the second to the quarterfinals. I do think Leon's gonna win this 2-1. I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna honor it, and we're gonna go with it. Leon's just they're too good. Toronto shouldn't even have had a chance in this game. So we're gonna go with that. But anyway, let's move on to the next game. But yeah, moving on to the second, in my opinion, the second best game of the tournament, Olimpia versus America, where Olimpia did lose 1-2 against America. This was a really close game overall. It was pretty good. Olimpia just couldn't get a goal in until the 89th minute. They had a total of like 18 shots. And to not get a goal in that amount of shots, it kind of tears you down a bit. So I was a little disappointed in Olympia's performance. I'm glad they were able to get a goal towards the end of the game, which was huge because to me, now they do have a pretty good fighting chance against America. But America did play the better game, and with Viñas and Diaz getting a goal in the first half, dominating that first half, it kind of put a nice little slap in the face of Olympia, where they kind of froze for a bit, and it took them till the 89th minute to get that goal. So I do want to apologize. I thought I read somewhere where Cordova and Henry Martin was gonna play this game, kind of all in type thing. But I was incorrect. So I would like to apologize. I'm glad we were able to get the result correct. So that was huge. But in this next game, in the second leg, I do have America winning 2-1 once again. I am gonna give Olympia a fighting chance with that one goal, and that's kind of how I see it happening. But America, in both Liga Mexicana, whether it's their bench, whether it's their full-on starters, man, America's playing great. As a Chivas fan, it hurts me to say, but anyway, yeah. So props to America for winning this game, and I have a lot of confidence in them to win the second leg. But let's move on to the next game. Where in this game we have Real Esteli versus Columbus. Um, Columbus crushed Real Esteli 4-0. I was so incorrect. I had Real Esteli winning this game 1-0. They are currently in the season in their main division tournament, and I saw this going completely different. But to see Columbus 4-0, oh my God. But hold on. So Columbus had lost in all of their friendlies, but I guess they only needed one first half. The first half. That doesn't even make sense. They had no time to warm up. What the heck did they drink before they started playing? That's what I want to know. Dude, they crushed Real Esteli in the first half. That is insane. I know that's every team's dream to start off a game like that, and Columbus somehow achieved it. Esteli had so many defensive errors. This game could have easily been 10-0. I swear. That's how many errors there were. And Columbus took advantage of at least three, if I'm not mistaken. All three of the Columbus three out of the four Columbus goals were based on defensive errors or kind of laziness, etc., etc. You did have two goals from Zardes, a goal from Jonathan, and then Santos scores on a penalty. So, Columbus, I don't know what to say, man, but I'm going to give your next game a 2-0 game just because of the way you performed in the first leg. So, second leg, I do have Columbus winning this 2-0. But damn, let's not sleep on Columbus in this tournament. Um, I don't know if Real Esteli was at their A game or just they came out flat-footed. So, but moving on to the next game, Atletico Pantoja versus Monterrey. So Monterrey annihilates 3-0. They played the better game. They had 65% possession to 35. They also had 9 shots on target compared to 1. Monterrey crushed. I predicted 4-0, but we're going to accept 3-0, right? I mean, pretty close. Still dominating, all that good stuff. And also there was that header by Alvarado that got taken away. Apparently it was a foul, offside. I didn't even understand what happened at the end of that. Johnson, Gonzalez, and Alvarado get their goal. God dang, I can't stop stuttering. I apologize. But yeah, so Monterrey annihilates, and I think it's going to happen once again. I think the next game is going to be a 2-0, a little more calm. But yeah, Atletico Pantejo, good luck. You have a lot of work to put into this next to the second leg. So let's move on to the best game of the tournament, in my opinion. Marathon versus the Portland Timbers, where they tie 2-2. I say it's the best game of the tournament, but anyway, that's just me. So this game went crazy. There was a lot of back and forth goals. You have Timbers score first, Marathon ties it, Timbers scores again, and Marathon ties it. There was that error by Torres who gets the own goal. I feel bad for him. I know he feels a little bad. Um, Marathon had a pretty good chance at this, and to cause an own goal, man, that's a bummer. But this game's gonna come down to the second leg, and I enjoy that so much. I enjoy it when it's more of a whoever wins advances. I'm going to lean towards Timbers. I did love the way they played, and to me, Timbers should be able to win this. Uh, Not fairly easy, but as long as they don't make a defensive error, and as long as they take advantage of whatever error Marathon gives them, it's perfect. I am gonna predict a 2-1 game. I think it's gonna be pretty close once again, but Marathon won't be able to get the tie. So uh, this is the game I recommend all of you to watch. By the way, just because the first leg didn't let me down. So let's move on. So of course I get this game wrong. Alajuelense versus Atlanta United, where Atlanta United wins 1-0. What I was thinking, I don't know, but I did lean towards Alajuelense in this match, or I think I said tie. Now I don't even remember, but I know I got it wrong. So Atlanta United manages to get the penalty after the red card in the first half, and Barco scores it. That was the main thing. That was the biggest highlight of this game. penalty gets called, but for the fact that Atlanta able to manages to obtain a penalty after being down 11 to 10 as far as players, that's huge. Atlanta United, good stuff. I did want to see Atlanta United try to get that second goal, considering Alajuelense wasn't um, doing much with the man advantage. So to me, Alajuelense also played the better game. So Alajuelense should have been able to tie it, if not win it. Had a man advantage, played the better game. They have not been disappointing in their respective first division. What happened, I don't know. But let's not fall asleep on the next game. But I am gonna say Atlanta United will win this game once again. But I'm gonna say 2-1, and mainly for the fact that I think Alajuelense is gonna put up the fight. I think they might even score the first goal of the game. But Atlanta United, I don't think they'll disappoint. They have made a lot of roster changes, and I think they're in preparation for the MLS. So let's not fall asleep on them. Next game. The next game, Cruz Azul versus Arcaí, ties 0-0. Gunshot in my head. What the heck happened? I don't know. Cruz Azul with the one of the biggest disappointments they've done to me also in this season. So they had 11 shots to 3. They had 2 shots on target to 0 and 71% possession to 29. And you're telling me Cruz Azul couldn't get a goal? Ugh. Who else agrees that that's pretty disappointing from Cruz Azul's end? They played the better game, controlled the entire tempo. They just couldn't get a goal in the back of the net. Um, Kind of like all the other teams that I'm noticing, they're not playing their starters, such as Jonathan Rodriguez. They're not even in the lineup or anything, in the bench or anything. But still, like, you're a far more superior team. There are a couple players there that have been performing pretty well in the Liga Mexicana. So Cruz Azul, disappoint. I kind of want to lean towards Arcaí after after that game, but once again, Arcaí didn't show me much. So I gotta stick with Cruz Azul winning the second leg 1-0. And I'm basing it off of the fact that Arcaí couldn't do much against Cruz Azul as well. So let's move on. And this is the last game of the tournament. We're going to be talking about Deportivo Saprissa versus Philadelphia, where Philadelphia does manage to get the win 1-0. Deportivo Saprissa controlled this game. They had more opportunities as well, but one amazing center, one amazing header by, I have no idea how to pronounce his name. We're going to give it a shot. Zabioko, I want to say. And he's the only goal, he creates the only goal of the game to give Philadelphia the win. And for the second, this is where I'm going to kind of spin your chairs around a bit. I think Deportivo is going to win the next game 2-0. I think Deportivo will advance to the quarterfinals, and it's going to be mind-blowing. I really love the way Saprissa played. I think they just need to make a couple tweaks for the second leg, and I think they can manage to get the win. And I'm sticking with it. So that sums it up. I'm pretty sure I gave you all the recaps for leg 1. I gave you my leg 2 predictions and who will advance. And I'm very excited, and I hope you guys are as well. Thank you so much for sticking around, watching the channel, watching this video. Please subscribe, like, and share. I'm really trying to get out there. Most importantly, thanks to all my fans. I know we hit over 100 subscribers. So I'm your host, Fastsnow, and I'm out. Thank you all. Bye.